To be able to make use of information we value, we need a way to package it up and send it through time to our future self. Tiago Forte. The overwhelming volume of information inundating your mind on a daily basis is truly astonishing. The information provided by work, friends, and family can be a lot, but then you open up your computer and the flood is simply overwhelming. So how do you fight back? That is the point of the book, Building a Second Brain by Tiago Forte, a productivity expert who has worked with many big companies, including Toyota. Instead of simply tuning out due to the information overload we are attacked with, Forte recommends to establish your own customized system for managing knowledge, often referred to as a personal knowledge management system, or PKM. When executed successfully, this endeavor essentially equips you with a secondary mind, a means to structure your digital existence and unleash your creative capabilities. A straightforward and user-friendly method for crafting and developing this secondary brain is known as CODE, which encompasses 4 distinct stages. The C stands for capture. Knowledge is omnipresent, ready to be unearthed. It extends beyond the confines of textbooks or scholarly articles. As Forte aptly puts it, knowledge capture involves extracting the wealth from your existing reading material and the experiences that constitute your life. Collecting knowledge assets, which encompass anything we might employ in the future to resolve issues, conserve time, shed light on a concept, or draw lessons from prior encounters, can ignite fresh creative concepts and insights within your inner realm. Collecting knowledge should not be a problem in the internet age that we live in. The harder part is filtering for knowledge that is worthy and beneficial to you. The O in code stands for organize. Forte discovered that many organizational systems, though well-intentioned, ended up complicating his life and diverting him from his main priorities. Then, one day, he had an epiphany. Simplifying his approach by gathering all his notes and files into folders corresponding to the specific projects he was focused on. This led to the creation of his unique organizational framework known as PARA, an acronym denoting projects, areas, resources, and archives. In PARA, projects represent short-term endeavors in both professional and personal realms, such as work-related tasks or personal undertakings. Areas encompass long-term responsibilities that require continuous management. Resources comprise subjects or interests that may prove valuable in the future, but do not pertain to any specific project or area. And finally, archives house dormant items from the other 3 categories, including completed or abandoned projects, areas of responsibility that no longer demand active attention, and resources that have become obsolete. After organizing your newfound knowledge, the D stands for Distill. In the code model devised by Forte, the 3rd step, known as Distill, revolves around the process of transforming the ideas we've gathered and structured into our own coherent messages. To achieve this, it becomes imperative to emphasize the key highlights within our notes, thereby enhancing their discoverability. The goal is to facilitate swift access to the specific points that hold immediate relevance. As Forte concludes in the chapter, a reliable litmus test for the effectiveness of a note you've created lies in whether you can grasp its essence at a mere glance. Forte imparts a technique called progressive summarization to accomplish the task of distillation. This technique entails taking the initial raw notes you've captured and organized and gradually condensing them into practical, actionable insights that can directly contribute to ongoing projects. Forte has a very detailed system for this in the book that includes using bold fonts, bullet points, and writing executive summaries at the end of a document you've read. The final letter in code is the E, which stands for express. Our ideas, which encompass refined notes, excerpts, works in progress, final outcomes, and documents generated by others, serve as tangible individual components that we can generate and reuse in our creative endeavors. We take each piece of knowledge that we've captured, organized, and distilled to form our output, or our expressions. In reality, creativity isn't about mere imitation or even modeling after others. Instead, it involves tapping into the fundamental concepts distilled during the previous distill step and blending them into something fresh, possibly even altering our course of action in the process. When you take knowledge from a number of sources and distill it, what is left over is a unique and powerful second brain that can be turned toward accomplishing important tasks or projects. Remember, to be able to make use of information we value, we need a way to package it up and send it through time to our future self. When we are overwhelmed with knowledge and looking for a way to organize it, Tiago Forte's book gives us a framework to use to remember the pieces of information that are important to us. This system might seem a little clunky and overwhelming at first, but after a month or two of practice, you'll be amazed at the ease in which you use it and how much more you can recall. As always, if you have a book, article, or saying that you'd like to see Upgraded Mentality summarize, please let us know in the comments below. And before you leave, if you could give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel, we appreciate your support.